morning. Good morning. We are now going to have a very important meeting in the Foreign Affairs Council to show our unity and resolve facing the unprecedented threats from Russia with the threat of military invasion of Ukraine. And we should leave no doubt that we are ready to respond comprehensively with the most devastating sanctions ever seen towards Russia if they choose the way of violent conflict. We still hope and we urge Russia, Putin, to choose the path of diplomacy, of peace, of negotiations to resolve the issues that will benefit European security for all Europeans, including Russia, and step away from this threat that we have right now. It's clear it's a very serious situation, so we are hoping and working for the best, no war, but we are preparing for the worst if Putin continues his provocations and his disregard for diplomacy and fundamental European rules of security, that each and every country in Europe are free to choose its own security arrangement, including if they want to seek membership of NATO or any other organizations, is solidly the choice of the country. Nobody else has a veto right over that. This time of influence, that was time of the darkest days in the Cold War, and we will remove away from that long time ago when we ended the Cold War, and principles that also Russia has signed up to are now being violated daily. So we urge Russia to choose the path of diplomacy, peace, negotiations, and conflict resolution. Thank you.
Are we closer to a diplomatic solution, or we are closer to a war, in your opinion?
We, from our side, EU, NATO, we are ready for a diplomatic solution, for diplomacy, for negotiations, for peace talks, resolving also the issues in eastern Ukraine under the Normandy format, for example. The problem is we don't know where Putin and Russia will be. So far they have, solely by the way that they're threatening to use their overwhelming military force to invade another country, they have not shown yet the willingness to diplomacy, but we urge Russia to choose that path.
Are you afraid that the next time? Are you afraid that next time Russia is taking Europe hostage with energy issues, and then unity won't be the same as now?
Well, I mean, the position of the government of Denmark is very clear. We wanted to seek more independence of energy imports, including from Russia, gas, oil, and we want to heavily invest in renewables and creating a true energy union, also for the sake of our climate, where we invest in wind and solar, in renewables, and also diversify our energy supply, because energy policy is also geopolitics, and we want to be able to be more independent in Europe.
What about the preventive sanctions, as Zelensky mentioned it in Munich, not after but before?
We will do every effort we can to bring people to the negotiation table, to diplomacy, and therefore I think it's up to Russia now to choose that path, and if they don't, we are ready, as I said, to impose the most devastating sanctions economically, politically, that Russia ever have seen.
What does Russia have to do that sanctions are triggered?
They have to end their threats, military threats to invade another country, Ukraine. They have to sit at the table, and they have to accept the European security order, where each and every country in Europe are free to choose their own security arrangement. It goes for Ukraine, it goes for Finland or Sweden or any other country. It's up to them, and Russia have no veto over other countries. Well, thank you.